Hi, this is Ardam and the Next Democracy. Here's my second video. I'll be talking about the problem with democracy we know today. And my main point is going to be that it is nobody's fault or no group's fault that democracy is failing. That it's a systemic failure, that the design of democracy, its outdate, is the problem. The main point of failure of democracy is that we vote for rhetorics and not for facts. We don't really have tools for evaluating what is being promised and if the promises are realistic. And we really vote based on our feeling of who we can trust, and not the reality between policies and the outcomes. So staying in power for politicians almost require spinning and telling a story that is interesting for the larger group of people to want to vote for them. But these promises versus reality keeps falling further apart. Because once in office, politicians have a difficult time in actually putting the policies in place that would create the outcomes that they've been promising. And the world is complex, and they don't have necessarily the formulations nor the time, and not necessarily the support of people that are backing them and close to them. The path to the power and the office is a long and winding investment in most cases, and it's not an easy task to become a politician, and that means that power is increasingly concentrated at the center, which rewards loyalty and features that are not necessarily what creates the positive public outcomes. And then there's the new media environment that put more focus on defeating mistakes or not doing mistakes and firefighting, because media likes sensations. So politicians are increasingly held up by giving input to media and making sure that their name is not mixed up with being on the wrong side of history. And another structural issue is that the 4 to 5 yearly election cycle that we have in most democracies is far shorter than long-term investments and policies that have important benefits to show their effects. So once in office, you will not be able to reap the benefits of creating a new policy that is actually benefiting a lot of people. So with all these issues at play, fixing democracies with on the margins, on doing simple things like reducing or removing private funding to run a campaign, can't do it alone. We need multiple effects to take place. And I'll talk more about wilder ideas that change the design completely by removing the representative element from our democracies. But just to reflect on why it worked historically compared to what it needed to manage and why it can't manage today, that in the past, people's public profiles mattered. The reputation was built slowly. So people couldn't not deliver on promises and carry a straight face. There was a stronger public record. We also had more of a common truth, common understanding of the world picture, thanks to national broadcasting in many countries being really a source of truth. So professional journalism played an important role before social media came in and really give way to many opinion leaders that are talking about opinions as if they are facts, and creating misunderstandings or inclinations that are not related to the facts. And power was really less concentrated due to less inequality, and also less concentrated interest groups at the top. So getting involved in politics was an easier job. Thanks for listening, and I will continue with some ideas on what we can do about this.